Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. How are you? I am the host of Marsha's Play Podcast, and I go live every Friday at 7 o'clock. And today we are going to talk about power and having a seat at the table and all of that kind of good stuff. We're going to talk about trans youth. We're going to talk about race, gender, class, you know, political strategies out here in the world. And yeah, so let's give people a chance to come on in. Um, Had a really good day today. I went to the mall and went shopping. Hey Kay, how are you? I am good. Went shopping. I bought my first Savage Fenty purchase. Hey Brandon. Hey Justin. Hey Rockwell. NFR Rockwell. Hey Marissa. MJ. How is everybody? Y'all want to see my Fendi purchase? So I had I know. Oh, Joelle, you're back. You haven't caught a live in a minute. Um, we know that Savage Fenty is a very inclusive brand. You know, it be all kind of shapes. From slim to big, ill-built bodies on there. So they have all types of shapes and things. So of course, when you go, we have a store. We have like a brick and mortar store, not just like an online store. They have an actual Savage 50 store here in Houston at the Galleria Mall, and they opened like 3 months ago. But their store is right by Nordstrom, and when I go by Nordstrom, I'm going into Nordstrom. So I'm not even thinking about the other stores that are around. So, but today I was coming out of Nordstrom's and I saw it and I was like, ooh, let me see what they got in here because I know they inclusive, so I probably can find something for myself. And so I bought some lingerie and it is so cute. So, let's see what it's very colorful. Isn't it super cute? Very, very colorful. So this, the bra, the panty. I'm not wearing any panties, Marcus. Super, super cute. So the bra and panty set, and this is like a garter belt that goes around your waist. This goes around your waist right here. And these, you put your thighs in this part. And honey, I got thick baby making hips and thighs. So this is gonna be so cute with this panty on underneath it, hugging my thighs with this bra, pushing the girls up. It's gonna be so cute. So this is my very first Fenty purchase, Savage Fenty. I had the makeup. The garter does really turn it. The bra and panty is just a regular bra and panty, colorful bra and panty, but with the garter, put you on some red, uh, maybe vinyl thigh boots. Something to turn you into a sex kitten or some purple ones. I can find some purple. That'd be cute. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna look sexy in that. And of course, I'm gonna do some pictures for it. So I'll put some pictures on my Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram so y'all can see when Mama gets in her gig. I love it. Diamond really up here showing us her drawers for the gods. I mean, she's showing us her toys. I mean, yeah, y'all seen toys, toy collections. God, I love it. And also, I have a. This is my current new favorite purchase that I've made. And y'all know Fenty isn't that expensive. They're really affordable. I thought that when I went in there, I thought it was going to be a little pricey, but um, they had like another set. It was another thing that hey Sierra, it was another set, another product. There was like this baby doll dress in that same print, but I wanted to be a little bit more naked, so I did the bra and the panty instead of the whole set. But this is my new favorite beach bag. It's my favorite summer bag. It's my favorite my favorite bag. I just really I don't want to say my favorite bag because I just bought a Balmain blonde face. You know I'm giving you a gray silver. You know, little something. I need to go get it cut and get my lines refreshed up. But I'm trying to grow. I keep cutting it. I'm the type of person. I have a OCD thing about my head that when I feel it, I don't know if you use not probably not now if y'all natural or whatever, but if you're not natural, you relax. You know how you know how when you would feel your new growth, you like, oh, I need a perm. Like you could feel it, like you could feel it with your fingers when like you rub your like if you got a slick back something, you can rub it. Um, it's like, oh, I could feel the new growth. It's like that when my hair gets long, like it used to be. Like when I was relaxed, when I feel the new growth, it's like, oh my god, it doesn't feel sleek, and so I'll take them clippers and. Zzz. But I'm trying to grow it out a little bit. I want it to be a little bit longer, but I get frustrated and zip it on down because it's so much easier when it's short. Um, but yes, this is my new. Wait, hold on. Let me show y'all the bottom first. Let me grab that. I love it. My two new bags. So I showed y'all. Mm, oh, so this is my new Balmain bag. Isn't it fucking adorable? We got the classic Balmain weaving with the metal hardware, but it got fringes on it. I never seen one with fringes on it. This is so fucking cute. Isn't that so fucking cute? I love it. It's got some sizes in it. It got some little size in it. This whole thing is open. But it is so fucking cute. I love it. I can't wait to rock it with something I really like. So I've showed y'all this bag before. This is one of my um. You know how you buy something like off the internet and just to see if the company is you buy something inexpensive to see if the company is. So I bought this bag, and I showed y'all this before, but it got these little feet on it, and it is so cute. This company is called Banda. It's like Panda with a B, Banda, Banda, and super quality bag. It's some women over in some country. I don't know the country, but they hand make these, and they send you pictures of them like it's it's not like a sweatshop. It's like a really cool where they send you pictures of them and they it just helps them help them make money doing something they love to do. So I've had this bag for like a year and I really fucking love it. Right. So this is the small like purse size. And this is the one at the time that I could afford. So this was like two something, like 200 something. Really, really sturdy. Like it's sturdy. It's not like soft. Now, of course, it's a bag, so it can push a little bit, but it's like solid. It's like it doesn't. It has some structure to it. So I was like, God, I really want the bigger bag, but the bigger bag was a little bit more expensive. But they had a sale. They sent me, they got me and sent me an email saying, if you got 24 hours and you'll get 20% off of the big bags. So I got a matching duffel bag. Isn't that fucking sickening? So it's just same exact pattern, except it's huge as fucking fuck. So when I travel, I can have this bag is my carry-on and this bag is my just my regular purse. This motherfucker is so fucking dope. Got the little strap for it. So much room in here. So much room in here. I fucking love this bag. I took it to New York and everybody was like, where did you get that bag? It is so fucking cute. It looks like a big ass trunk. It is so cute. I love it. So I got that to match. Um, so this is the one that has been giving me a lot of attention. This one. Look at this. It is so structured. It looked like a big ass fucking leather lined taco. It is so cute. It is just a fucking dope ass. It's the handle. It's like, I don't know. It's just so cute. I've been carrying it around and everybody has been commenting on it. It's just a very different kind of like tote. And this whole, there is right here is a whole bar of magnets on both sides of the handle. So it closes with magnets like this, but you just open it up. And it is a cute ass thing. And you can have it, you can do it as a carry like this, as a tote, or a clutch like that, big ass clutch. Or you can pull the straps out and snap them what is the magnet and then carry it like this. Isn't this motherfucker dope as hell? Not every structure bag is cute. Yes, I fucking love this. This is so dope. It's for me for my beach bag. So you just bring your sunscreen and your fragrance and your phone and maybe like a bottle of water, and then you tip this to the mother in your caftan and your sun hat, and you tip this across the motherfucking sand barefoot while the niggas is looking at you. It does look like a taco. I live. It looks like a hard shell taco, but I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is my favorite. I went to the mall today and everybody was just like, oh my God, I love that. So those are my new purchases. Did I get any the new ring? This this big old, I like one gaudy little ring. I don't really wear rings, but if I wear a ring, it's gonna be one little big gaudy one. And that's it. That's all I gotten. That's new. I got some new fragrances. Um, but yeah, that's all I've been getting. What's been going on with y'all? What I plan on getting, there is a there. I need to show y'all this link to this hat. Now this is expensive, but this hat is so fucking dope. that I feel like it's worth the money. Um, but y'all tell me what y'all think. I think it's dope. Let me see if I can find it. Find the link for y'all. I don't know where it's at then. Y'all know June Ambrose. So June Ambrose be rocking them. June. Yes, y'all know June Ambrose. I hope y'all do. June Ambrose be rocking them. And I want the red version because she always has a fire ass hat on. Hold on. Let me see if I can. So this is the one I'm talking about. Here's a link to June Ambrose. Her Instagram. That's her in the hat, but there is a red version of that. It's like this big ass, like bowling ball hat. Tell me what y'all think. But I want the red one. It is giving Erica Badu. But I want the red version of that one. That big ass a red version of that. I fucking love that. Trying to find the link to that one. Yes. You have things I would never say yes to, but you always eat them up. So I don't know how you gonna style it, but I can see it. That's what you got to do. You got to find the piece. You find the piece, and then you style around it. That's what you do. That's what I like to do. Like if I find one item that I love, I'll find. I'll build not a whole wardrobe, but I'll build um, a aesthetic around it. Not necessarily a wardrobe. Like I won't just buy one outfit for this one hat. I will build a look that I'm going for it around it. In another life, would you pursue a career as a stylist? Maybe I would do that in this life if I had the opportunity. I never pursued it, but if I had the opportunity, I would love. I would love to be Grace Coddington. Just really just having the unlimited resources to do any kind of artistic photo shoot that I wanted to do. And then, I could hire the best photographers like Stephen Mizell and just have just really recreated whatever idea with whatever model. I would love to be, Grace Coddington. That would be a love. I would hate to be a Anna Winter. I wouldn't want to do that. But a Grace, but the Anna Winter's sidekick, I would be down with that. Just do the art. I just make the beautiful pictures. That's fire. Well, anyway, let's get into some of the discussions, some that I want to talk about. So I am seeing, I'm seeing a lot of when I look back over my life, right, and I see all the things God's done for me. Every time I say it, I look. That's what it reminds me of. But yes, when I'm looking at like the state of LGBT rights and this kind of attack on don't say gay in the schools, trans youth being attacked, trans youth parents being attacked, this whole political backlash that is happening because of, the advancements that we got with Obama. Like, I'm not saying Obama was great or perfect, but for the LGBT community, he was kind of on point, yo. Like if you want to just focus on that. There's some, he was not a perfect president, but he was a president that really benefited us. We had the most LGBT politicians in office ever when he was in office. Now they're staples. And so there has been this growing wave of backlash against us. And what I'm seeing in regard to the trans fight, the white cisgender people who have been in power of the, LGBT HQ, like the machine of LGBT, it's been usually gay white men or white lesbians who have been in power. And so there is a shift that is happening to where they don't know how to handle that. That shift is that we are calling for Black queer people to be empowered, trans people to be empowered. Um, and because of this, with this type of shift, this type of cultural shift, they don't know how to handle that in the same way the larger mainstream cis het culture doesn't know how to handle it. Like, how do we show that, especially on the left? Now, on the right, they're used to being racist. They're used to being, marginalized people. That's kind of like their norm. They're Christian fundamentalists, that kind of stuff. So pushing people out is kind of like, but the left, the whole agenda is based on being inclusive, is based on people being who they are and being true to themselves. And not having to be forced into the closet and being um, fucked over by the status quo. Like that's literally ingrained in the progressive psyche. So if you are in this power structure where now you have to give up power, then you have to make the choice to either live. I think that's why I see so many. I think it's always been that. I think we always known that. We've always seen that, but I don't think it's some big uptick of it. I think that people are being more vocal about it because we are being more vocal, calling the shit out. And so there is going to be a response to our holding them accountable to power. When we are asking for a seat at the table, somebody has to answer and there has to be a response. You get what I'm saying? That the people who are in power has to say, okay, well, let's pull you a table up. Do you see what I'm saying? And somebody has to say, not has to, but there are going to be people who say, oh, y'all should be grateful. Y'all always they're going to be some backlash to the adjustment because you are taking power or opportunity from them. But what I'm seeing is that they're not actually giving us power. They're actually making us spokespersons for whatever the movement agenda is. So, yes, we can bring you on to speak to the issues, but we're not going to be putting you in the behind the scenes power that makes the decision to where the money is going to help people. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can be you can be put on a seat at the table. But think about like if you're a little kid and they give you have your own seat and you got your plate and you're a little kid and you got to eat whatever the people in power has to feed you. Like whatever, like think about when your mama say, "Oh, you gonna eat? You got McDonald's money? You gonna eat what the fuck I cook?" Right? She goes because she literally is the one that has the power. In maybe not if you were in a poor family, she had the power in that circumstance. You know, if she was poor, she just, she's whoever is not paying her enough to get you whatever food that you want to eat. She's just feeding you what she can afford. But that's the bigger picture. But in the smaller context of your home, your parents are the one who has the power to decide what is being eaten on this table. Just because you have a seat there at the table does not mean you have any power on what's being cooked on the table, what's being served on the table, who can actually come to the table. You get what I'm saying? If your mom and dad invite somebody over that you don't like or that you don't want to be at the table, you can't say no because it's your mom and dad's table. They have the power to decide who can pull a table up and who can't. And when they got to get off in front of that table and take their ass home, right? Not you as a little kid, you just sitting there, just eat the food that's being served to you, even if you don't like it, right? And so that's kind of how what's happening now. Like we see a lot of the visibility of trans people being put forth as the spokesperson for the trauma, the problems that's being caused, because we are experts at the oppression that we are discussing. So we have the gift of gab to tell you about it and the examples and the stories and all the details to be able to explain this oppression really, really well. But they give you your little honorarium, they give you your little gift card, they give you your little benefit in the moment of the time that they have you coming to work for them and being that spokesperson, even if if that they give you your little money, but you still don't have power. So you came and ate what they told you, the budget that they told you that they could give you, and you talked the shit that they needed you to talk in order for the funders to understand. See, look, this poor trans woman. Look at what she's going through. Look at what they're doing. I can't believe this. This is just inhumane. L- Let's trot her out like the show pony that she is. Yes, tell your story. To make sure you say black trans. Don't just say the type of woman. Don't say woman. Say black trans woman, so they can hear it and they know that you're a black trans woman. And tell them about the trauma. Tell them about the violence. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Tell them about how many deaths that really gets to them. Right. And so they make you. They show you out, but then behind the scenes, it's like, see, this is why we need the money for our programming that no trans people were involved to orchestrate. Let me get my phone. It's going. The alarm is going off. It is. Stop. So yes, let's pull you out. Why I have this on here? Let's pull you out and have you show pony in all your trauma. Yes, giving dance monkey dance, then bow and say thank you. Sit over here. Let me give you a little award. Let you tip around in your nice gown, make you feel fish about it. And we don't put all the money into the glamorous funding location. You're at this amazing hotel at the ballroom. We done made it all dressy. You can put on your gowns and feel fish in your hair and your makeup and your lashes and feel beat. And we give you a spotlight for you to talk all your stuff and tell your story. And a lot of people's ego. Oh my God, I get to tell my story? What? But they're not seeing the behind the scenes that you're literally. I'm bringing you out as a show pony, but behind the scenes, we are asking funders to fund programming that we are saying is for trans people and to protect trans people and to push policies to protect trans people. But no trans people are in the room when we are deciding our strategic strategy. So how can we know what trans people need if trans people aren't in power at the tables to tell you what they need? If every time we look at it, the executive, it's white lesbians or white gay men. And we know the difficulty that white people have with understanding racism. We know the difficulty that men have with understanding sexism. And we know how non-black women people, folks, don't understand how misogynoir works in the culture, particularly systematically. So how are you going to do what's best for a black trans woman if you don't have anybody that's connected to our community making the decisions in your strategic work? But you keep getting million dollar funds to be able to take to be able to do all the stuff other than what you're supposed to do. Y'all feel me? Um, and so let me say this. So regardless if we are trans or not, if you're trans or not, we all want the freedom to like be ourselves and to be treated with dignity and respect. So when I was younger, like my life's ups and downs were me battling people in power to stop me from doing just that. From me getting respect, dignity, showing up in the world how I wanted to be. So when I sued my high school, when I went to Jackson State and people didn't want me to be there and they was harassing me and trying to bully me and da 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 da. When I got custody of my brother and got fired by somebody in power because they didn't want to deal with giving the consequences to people who were really causing the problem, so they get rid of the trans person. Um, it, this is the power. This is my life in my younger years was about bucking up against that power, and at least as I got older, getting in a position where that power structure was not affecting me as much. Kinda. Um, you know, going into the escort business, I ain't got to worry about a motherfucker firing me. You know, if you're a sex worker, all I got to worry about is, you know, when to put them ads up, what the pictures look like to attract these niggas to come. And when you come, you know, worry about if you're a cop or not, if you're not a cop, and then worrying about if you come or if I come for you. That literally is it gave me power to you know, in a sense. Now, it's arguably. Um, gave me power to where you know I can kind of maneuver how I want to do in a way, without worrying about if somebody who doesn't fuck with me as a trans person could fire me. And so even you know what I talk about on YouTube, what I talk about in my podcast is bucking up against the powers that be that's giving misinformation. Like you know all these Fox News people talking about trans kids are getting sex changes in their teens when you can't get a sex change until you're 18 and selling this narrative that is child abuse. I'm the type of person that like I can't just sit back and do nothing. So literally my life's work or the current work is about bucking up against that system so that we can get respect and get dignity. Because some people in power fuel division based on race and exploiting people's lack of familiarity with trans people. Um, so they literally can deny our community like resources and jobs and healthcare and really everything that we need. What happens to some people when they get power, they try to hold on to it. They try to hold on to that power by putting us in boxes based on our skin color, based on our genders, based on our identities. So it's, and this is not exclusive. That's why I'm speaking in this way, talking about you know our our skin color and our gender identities and all that kind of stuff because we all are affected by that in some kind of way. You know, particularly if you're probably watching me because I'm when I look at my analytics, white straight men are not my demographic. So particularly if you're listening to me, you know that these people are in power. They like putting us in boxes based on those things, right? Even you know how we dress. That helps them push a narrative that justifies our harm, the harm that comes against us that we're already always protesting and on the bullhorn about. It helps justify our harm and justify the marginalization. They also use these differences to stroke the fear of people who may be wallowing in their ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're just like they're not exposed to trans people, they're not exposed to black women, they're not exposed to queer people, queer men, queer women. They're not exposed to these things, and all they know is the negative, either religious based ideals or propaganda about us in those particular demographic or anybody any intersection of those they're kind of wallowing right in that kind of ignorance. They use that fear that people have that just don't know about us, and they use it that unknown to prevent us from joining together. Do you see what I'm saying? People who would be on our side or people who see past the differences and maybe see some relatability in their situation. Those poor white people who are tired of the capitalistic game, they're tired of fucking student loans being so high, gas being so high, and who poor white people who are being affected by this. It you know they're using those differences to kind of separate us. Where yo they can't even see past that what we're talking about would benefit them too. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this is why we see so many white women and those poor white people voting against their interests. Do you see what I'm saying? It's technically not against their interests because they know the power of being white. And so let me vote in this direction so I can keep that in power. So if there's a chance for me to come out of this poverty, I got my whiteness to actually, you know, help me come out of this poverty. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily that they're voting against their interests, but it's like both two. They think that this is just a better bet. You feel what I'm saying? They're trying to hold on to even though they're not benefiting from their whiteness as much as their other white counterparts, they know that their whiteness is not the part that's holding them back, even if they don't admit it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it prevents them from joining with us to dismantle this whole system so they can get into power, because they actually, some of them don't actually want this system to they just don't want to be, they want the system to exist. They just don't want the system to oppress them. It's like black men. It's a lot of cishet black men, not just cishet, but let's talk about them. Sometimes y'all homos be extra too. A lot of times cishet black men, they don't want to dismantle the system of patriarchy. They just don't want the white man to be on the top of it. They want to be on the top of it. They still want women to be subservient and rubbing their feet, pregnant, barefoot, cleaning up the house, and having threesomes with them. But you can't be gay, but you can have a threesome with me. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to dismantle the system in that way. They just want to flip it to where they are the person in power. They like the system how it is. They just don't want to. They just don't want to be oppressed by it anymore. Their group. They want to keep all the perks and the oppression that they got for other motherfuckers, the gays and the women and whatever. They want to keep that power. But yeah, it stops them from making this a place where we all are free from any barriers that would not allow us to thrive and not support each other as we are. Like, this is the type of propaganda that the people in power will want to sell to stop people from joining together and helping us dismantle those barriers. And this is not new. I feel like every generation has a political battle that, especially this particular thing around trans youth, like kids, we love to act like, and this is just not the powers that be. This is kind of anybody. Motherfuckers love to act like they care about kids, but as we can see with Blue Ivy, there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about kids. They will talk about your kids. They will dog kids. They will treat kids like shit. It's a lot of motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about kids at all. And I feel like this attack on children is not really new. Like, we love to parade like, but these are children. What about the children? I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. They love to act like it's the children, but no, this is not new. I feel like every generation has a political battle that the casualties of that political battle are children. Look, remember the Little Rock Nine? Look at, this gun law shit, Sandy Hook, and the rest of these mass shootings where kids are getting murdered and no regulations are changing. Shootings that we are very tired of, that happens fucking monthly, weekly. The propaganda is that they want to protect children, right? They want to protect children, but they are not ready. That's not really what they're doing, because these ideologies that they have don't have the people who are most impacted by the harm they are causing at the center of their strategy. Like you can tell that you don't care about children because it would be immediately changed. Like look and if you did not have proof before, COVID should have taught you every motherfucking thing you need to know about this society. As soon as people's bottom dollar was being affected, the world stopped because of this disease, everybody took their energy and made this motherfucking vaccine go through as fast as possible. And I'm not saying that as no conspiracy theory, like, I don't want to trust the vaccine. I'm vaccinated, fully vaccinated and boosted. And I understand the concept of we are building off 25-year history of science. And now that nobody is don't have shit to do except focus on getting this out. There's no barriers and nobody, the bureaucracy that normally would happen when a vaccine is going through, or vaccine or a pill or any kind of other drug is um, getting created. Of course, they're going to let the barriers down. Do you see what I'm saying? So, of course, that's why it's going to speed up the process. So, I don't want to imply that I think that, oh, this vaccine is because it went so fast. Look, I'm not one of those people. And it's okay if you are one of those people. I want to be very clear. I'm not shaming you for that kind of mindset. It's dumb to me, but it's logical. I understand why you have that, because us as, particularly if you're black, us as black people, they have done shady too. The medical field is not fucking trustworthy. So don't get me wrong. I don't think it's there's too many other logical things that make me not believe that that's true. But I understand why you would. So I don't want to think. I don't want you to think that I'm shaming you about having that feeling. But anyway, we can tell that they don't give a fuck about kids because it would change quickly. Like if you gave a damn about children, there is a lot of laws that that just if these wasn't political type of fucking um performative bullshit. So many, you care about kids so much that you want to stop women from having an abortion, but you are not doing nothing to shift the narrative when it comes to sex trafficking of children in this country. You are not doing anything about homelessness when it comes to families who are homeless, other than taking them away from their children and putting them in the system. If you cared about children, we wouldn't have immigrant children in detention camps wrapped up in like fucking tacos, taco truck burritos in aluminum or whatever the fuck they had them wrapped up in. That never would have happened. If y'all cared about children to the level that y'all act like y'all do when it comes to abortion and when it comes to trans kids, this shit wouldn't be. And when if y'all cared about it in the sense of gun control, y'all would not be. These things would change immediately, because y'all can change these things immediately. Y'all can adjust executive order, whatever y'all can do. Y'all can change these things immediately. We've seen y'all do it with COVID. There's a lot of adjustments that were made. Let me see. Very much so. Da, da, da. It's only ever about the children when someone needs an excuse to be homophobic and transphobic. Absolutely. They don't care about kids in the system or kids getting shot in their classroom. They do not. Unless it's a black school, they love to put up metal detectors and lock the kids up, the black kids up, particularly black boys and girls. I feel like they don't want to take the trans youth passability. Explain that a little bit because I don't understand it. I'm not protecting my child by just refusing to acknowledge uncomfortable topics. I'm not protecting my child by just refusing to acknowledge uncomfortable topics. You are totally right. So you're saying that's not protecting them. Absolutely. It actually is a disservice to your child for you not to guide conversations. And honestly guide conversations. Um, if I had a child, and I'm not a parent, so but if I had a child and something came on the TV, or a teacher is teaching something that I want to give them a little bit more clarity, honey, I'm giving them a little bit more clarity. Black people have to do it. Y'all got fucking books calling forced slaves indentured servants or some shit that make it seem like it's nice and a choice. Shout out to Kanye. Hey Diamond, hey. If anything, a corrupt foster orphanage care system coupled with anti-abortion, let me know the government doesn't believe in children are the future at all. Absolutely. And there is a lot of sex trafficking going on with motherfucking foster care. It is a lot of bullshit going on. A lot that they know about, not just some secret undercover thing, like literally tons of cases. Um, I feel like they don't want to take the trans youth being passable. I mean, they don't want the trans youth to be passable. Gotcha. Even as a really basic level, look when America falls in the education ratings. No money for the most precious resource. Facts. Usually, that's the first motherfucking shit to decline. Recently, I watched a video. This was I don't want to say it was a shady video because it was honest. Like, I like following music people, not like musician, but people who like critique like vocal ability and music. And I follow this one person, Black Music Archive. I think that's name. I don't know. I can't remember. But he has a funny ass video called "Why the Girls Can't Sing," "Why Your Favorite Can't Sing," or something. Why the girls can't sing nowadays. And so he really breaks down how the cut in funding, in school funding, cut out some of the opportunity for the girls to learn how to sing. And like he went back to he was breaking down in the Brandon, if you can find that, it's called "Why Your Faves Can't Sing" or "Why the Girls Can't Sing Nowadays" or something like that. If you can find that, please do. um I think it's Black Music Archive. And And in that regard, he's basically telling you that back in the day, and I remember this, we used to have to go to school. Um, we used to have to go to school, sing in the choir, go to church, sing in church, um, maybe have a piano lesson or a vocal lesson. And so there was these constant hours of practicing and training yourself and you learning how to use your voice. And this started at a young age. And so by the time you get to high school, you get to college, you already got so many hours in the game of practice and learning how to use your instrument. And they have cut those programs. Are there still girls in the church coming out of the church? Absolutely. Are there still some choirs in school? But it's not like it was back in the day. And so the girls are not getting their hours. The girls are not getting their hours to learn how to sing. And so we get these fucking whisper, no shade to Janet Jackson. Y'all know I love me a Janet. But we're getting a lot of Janet Jackson vocals out here, y'all. A lot of Janet Jackson vocals. But the reason why that is because they cut a lot of the funding for the extracurricular stuff, like the music and the arts and anything like that. Like people are not getting funding those things, and because they don't give a fuck about kids. When there's tons of research about how important to children outside of math and science, how important the arts is to them, to their development. They're not getting their hours, honey. And it's because people are not, they're not invested in it. The schools anymore. The school money is not invested in that anymore. Let me see. Um, but okay, so let's talk about our future. Since the children are our future, darling. Let's talk about our future from the point of our power and not our victimhood. Okay. So if we think about all the things, the shift in cultural change that happened, it really involved young people, a lot of young people. Most of the cult, particularly here in America, most of the culture shifting things that happened in the past couple of centuries have been young people leading the charge. Young people across all genders, races, and movements for equality have always helped lead the way to more inclusion for the future. Like this literally is most battles were about when we think about women's suffrage. Now, of course, there's some shady shit people left out. White women leaving out black women, leaving out black people. Um, Black men throwing black women under the bus when they were trying to get rights for themselves and get in political office that they wouldn't allow women to get into, and so they were like, the women don't need to get into it. So it's tons. We don't talk about that enough. There is a whole era of black men during Reconstruction that were throwing black women politics under the bus because of patriarchy and to keep them as a second class citizen as they tried to become first class citizens. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a whole slew of men that was doing that. But anyway, I digress. It feels like every generation there is some type of racist, misogynistic, anti-science narrative that we are fighting against, especially as youth. Now, I'm 40 years old now, so I don't consider myself youth no more. But I've been fighting this fight since I was a youth, so it feels like it's an ongoing thing. And because I feel like I'm on the right side of history. I'm always battling for young people to come into power and let me rest and retire, bitch. And now, like in the past, politicians are using their power to silence young people, whether it be through misinformation or not pushing them to come to the polls. They know that the younger voter is more progressive. Period. Actually, if more young people got to the polls, if we inspire, which is why I have said this multiple times, but I hate when people act like we got to reach across the aisles because we can stay in our own demographic. And if we can inspire young people to go to the polls and vote, if we can go to these colleges or go to these schools or go to these places where we can get in community with them and build a relationship with them so they can get out here and vote in the same way that Obama did in 2008, because nobody has seen that in years, that it was record breaking. Never had they seen it. Youth coming to the polls in that way. How did Obama do it? What was the strategy? Yes, we know it was a perfect storm, but how did that happen? Like, how can we tap into that inspiration to do it again, to get the youth to come to the polls? Because they are doing the gerrymandering, like they have been doing the red line, blah 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 blah, in order to silence the youth, silence the progressive side of the thing in current times, and they're taking advantage of, like I said, the unfamiliarity with trans people to punish students for being being their authentic selves. I personally, and this is my last part about this, I really want to see youth as resources. And when I think about it, I remember there was this organization called Youth as Resources when I was younger, which I don't want to say I believe in predestination, because I don't. Because I think people. This is a whole other topic, and I'm only gonna say it for a little bit. But I think people who believe in Christian theology, I think it's weird for y'all to believe in predestination. Like, this is God's will. Like, whatever is meant to happen, it's already planned and it's already gonna happen, because that takes your will out of it. Like, that is the I feel like that is why you choosing to that's what makes you different. That's what makes you human, that you get to choose if you follow Christ. You get to choose if you follow Satan. You get to choose if you get to choose, and he doesn't know what you're gonna choose. And this is how I'm thinking. He doesn't know what you're gonna choose. That's why this shit happening down here is just humans fucking shit up. It's not God saying, "Oh, I'm just letting things happen. I'm just letting. I'm just gonna let them do what they. I'm just doing it for. There's a reason why I'm doing it." No, I think he's just like, this y'all doing shit. This not the devil doing it. This not me doing it. This y'all motherfuckers doing it to each other. I ain't gotta do nothing. It feels like that. It doesn't feel like thinking that predestination is real feels weird. Like, it's like you free will and predestination don't work together. It doesn't. It's like the whole point of converting and you having the choice to follow Christ, da, 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 because everything was predestined, honey. What's the point? Now you can say, "Oh, I'm God, so I know I'm." None of the shit really. I'm going to religious rant. None of this shit really makes sense. Even if we think about Job, like, what the fuck? Like, it just feels abusive. Like, think about the story of Job. Like, I am a perfect man with my wife and my sons, and I'm out here serving you as a faithful follower. And this nigga that you created, this angel that you threw out of heaven, Satan, plays a game with you and tells you, I bet I can make him curse you. And you let me lose everything. You let him play games and wear my family out, wear my business out. The nigga that you created that you know is not going to win. You let him wear me out for years and years and years. And yeah, at the end, you give me tenfold of what I had because I stayed faithful and da da da. But you bad. Why even let this nigga? What kind of fucking bully tactic did you let him fall for so you can fuck over your kids for this nigga that you know that's not gonna wear you out? You know he not gonna win. Why the fuck would you let him bother me when I was good? You know I was good. If you wanted me to have tenfold, why you just didn't give me tenfold, my nigga? What's up? Why you just didn't give me my tenfold? Why I gotta go through this bullshit? Because you let this dude this motherfucking Satan motherfucker come in to prove that I was down when if it's predestined, you knew I was down. So why you fucking with me? Why you letting him fuck with me? And you supposed to protect me? That story is the most wildest story in Christian history. To me. I'm literally minding my fucking business. And you supposed to be motherfucking predestined and you know my heart. So why we need to prove shit to this dusty ass nigga down in hell? That's already fucked up. The Garden of Eden, he already done pushed Adam and Eve out. My old ancestors, he already done pushed them out, and you done kicked them out of the Garden of Eden. I'm sitting here following the rules. Ain't ate no apple. I'm good. You know I'm good. Why you letting this motherfucker fuck with me? Am I tripping? I don't know. It don't make sense, y'all. If you're Christian, let me know. Thumbs up. Not thumbs up if you're Christian, but thumbs up if it don't make sense to y'all. It don't make sense to me. I was a little kid listening to that story, and they were trying to make it seem like, oh, just be obedient and the Lord will bless you tenfold. And I'm like, why would you send me through this? It really don't make sense to me. It really don't. It wore me out. I done went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Let me see. Where was I? But yes, I don't believe in predestination, but there was a lot of things in my life that led to who you see in front of you now. Because there was a program called Youth as Resources when I was younger, about 13, 14, and they taught us how to do a budget, write for a grant. This is at 13, 14. So it's interesting that I'm writing grants and doing all this shit now. But because this dude who worked at our group home got shot and paralyzed at an ATM, so somebody tried to rob him at an ATM and shot and paralyzed him. Youth as Resources came in and taught us children how to write budgets, and we were able to write a budget and get the funding to build him a ramp for his house, to make his house more accessible because his house wasn't accessible to his disability because he wasn't disabled at the time. And so now that he is, we wanted to create him a ramp for his house so that he can, get the wheelchair can get in and out the house. So we literally wrote that grant, got the funding, and this is like 13, 14 years old. Got the funding, ourselves, built ourselves the ramp. We had a contractor come in and teach us how to build a ramp for his house, how to measure all the shit that you need. They brought the tools, everything that was in the budget that we were able to write, and we built this man a ramp for his house. And that always stuck with me. Not because of the name Youth as Resources, um, because that's a powerful assumption to assume that your youth is a resource. Like if you believe that we are the story, if like I mean you believe that we are the future and we are going to lead us into a better place, and old people are passing us a torch, and we are passing some other young people a torch. If you believe that, then I think it's important for us to invest in that resource and believe that the youth is a gateway to the future, and we should be investing our money and time in the leadership of the youth, particularly trans youth, because this is a transgender centered program. Particularly when it comes to trans issues, we should be investing in the youth, older trans women, older trans men. We should be counseling them and leading them, healing our trauma, so we're not leading based in our trauma because that can get toxic and gross. Um, but really investing time and energy in the youth and trans leadership that is already doing the work to buck up against the system of injustice. How can we build? How can we focus in our champions instead of focusing in our enemies? Like it feels like we're always constantly in reactionary mode. Like we're reaction to whatever the right does, whatever the conservative does, whatever the Christian fundamentalists do. Like we're always responding to them. It never feels like we are investing in our champions to fight. We are investing. We are actually doing something that they have to respond to. It doesn't ever feel like that. It feels like we are always like on the defensive and not on the offensive. So yes, I think we should invest in our youth. I feel like we should stop being the spokesperson for these causes. We should be getting power as well, not just platforms. Power, not just platforms. That's gonna be my slogan when I run for president. Power, not just platforms. I would never run for president. But power, more power, less platforms, or more power and platforms, whatever, however you want to do it. That should be our focus because we got tons of platforms. People can put us, showcase us, but we want. I'm tired of us just being spokespersons. I want power. I want power to decide what's being cooked. I've said this before. What's being cooked on the table, what the menu is going to be, what cocktails are going to be served. Is it going to be roast? Is it going to be duck? Is it going to be beef? He's going to be vegan. Like, look, can I decide what's going to be put on the table? If I'm not deciding, if I'm just sitting there, I'm a fucking little kid. You're treating me like a child. Like I don't, like I'm not a grown ass motherfucker out here dealing with these grown ass problems that y'all are bringing. If I can just come to the table and just eat what you serving, that's nice. It's nice. I'm not starving, but it doesn't give me the power and agency to actually change my circumstances, and that's the problem. Y'all agree? Thumbs up. They want to steal election and block you from voting on top of that. But they're patriots. Hey, Coco. Hey, Magic. Carrollton. Who did not say hey to? Hey, Emily. I think I said hey to Emily. Um, AI. Hey, AI. I don't know who that is, but hey, AI. Did I miss anybody? Demarcus. Hey. I'm scrolling to see if I missed somebody. Nala. Is that how you say Nala? Andre. Marissa. Hey. I think I already said hey to you. Hey, Ty. Gabrielle K. I was talking when y'all came in. Justin. Hey. Well, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I am. I'm actually off. I don't have any work until the 21st, but nothing at night. Where's your Where's all your stuff gonna be until the 21st, but nothing tonight? Afro pessimism. Explain that to me. I've heard that language before, but I don't know specifically what that is. Afro pessimism.
According to Wikipedia, Afro-pessimism is a critical framework that describes the ongoing effects of racism, colonialism, and historical processes of enslavement in the United States, including the transatlantic slave trade.
That sounds like what we all be talking about. So what the fuck is that? What's what? That sounds like normal shit. The ongoing effects of racism, colonialism, and historical processes of enslavement in the United States after the trend. That's normal. Why is that has a special name? That sounds like normal racism. That don't sound like nothing new. That I mean, ain't that what we all doing? Talking about the effects when we talk about racism, the effects of it post slavery. How it's affecting Us, like that's constant. That's weird. That's racism. I think people just be wanting to be academic, and so they want to come up with shit that we've been talking about. And this is no shade. I think we need more language around things to explain things. This just a little bit shade. It's shade, but just a little bit. For example, Combahee River Collective talked about simultaneity in the 70s. That's intersectionality. But I feel like people be wanting to be, let me create a word. let me let me let me be, academic. When this shit they've been talking about this. Thank you, Miss Polk. How are you healing? Miss Polk got her some new bags, baby. How are your boobs coming along? Are they dropping real good, honey? To me, implants look the best after like 2 or 3 years, girl. When gravity done got them, but they still sitting up, but gravity done got them. They not sitting up like this. They sitting up like, they like, ooh, they wiggly and jiggly, but still sitting up, but gravity done kind of settled them. That's when plants look the best to me. Just itching, yeah. That's because your ass so little. They stretching you, baby. And being in solidarity with other marginalized groups. I still don't understand what's new. How is this a new Gigi? How is this a new thought process? We all are talking about that. Are they just pessimists saying that Black oppression will never stop? What's the point in that? What's the point in that mindset? Like, if you have no hope and you think you're going to constantly be oppressed, what's the point? Yeah, I was thinking about getting scraped, baby, and some implants, but oh, the process of surgery and the healing and the sitting and being uncomfortable while you heal. Oh, I hate that. It'll be so late. I don't know. It feels like Afro pessimism is that they're just not hopeful. But if you think you never will, like you never, I don't know. I just feel like we've seen too much advancement. Yes, there's some conversation that we are still having, absolutely. But we're having these conversations from a very different position of power. When we talk about where Harriet Tubman was when she was hopeful, is not where Diamond Stylz is when she's hopeful. Do you see what I'm saying? These are two different positions of power within the structure of the society. And so I don't see the point of pessimism when it comes to cultural advancement and oppression. Because if you're pessimistic about it, what is the point? Kill yourself, girl. What you just gonna do? Roll over and be like, okay, like Eeyore. The white people are always gonna be in power. Let me go to work and continue to get exploited. We can't do nothing about this racism. I mean, what are you gonna do? What's the point? I don't understand. I really don't. That's the truth. What's the point of being pessimistic? I don't see the point in it at all. And that's just a life thing. Like, I hate motherfuckers. I hate when motherfuckers are overly negative, especially when they're contacting you and talking to you like advice. Like, they coming to you for advice, girl. This is what's going on. What you think I should do? And then every motherfucking thing that I tell you to help you do what you do, you got some kind of rebuttal. But girl, what if da, 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 da. But girl, what if da, 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 da. Oh girl, I can't do that because da, 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 da. Then bitch, what the fuck are you asking me for? If you can't do shit, sit there and deal with it. It don't make fucking sense. I hate people like that. You just gotta leave some people behind. Honey, didn't Harriet tell us? She taught us. Harriet said, all right, I'm either gonna shoot you or leave your ass. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not arguing with nobody that Harriet would have shot. Amen. Candace Owens would have been shot. Who sits on this? Who sits on Beyonce's internet and listens to those people? And the guy who wrote the Afro pessimism piece likes to be the only black in the room. And who's listening to people like that? I don't. I don't even entertain them. No. There's a lot of demographic of people. There are people who are like that. Clarence Thomas. Boom. Herschel Walker. Boom. I can't say it because the video get monetized, demonetized. All them niggas. Boom. Boom. You remember when that scene on Dead Presidents when the old girl came up out of the was it her? Somebody came up out of the trash can. Boom, 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 boom. With the white face. Boom, 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 boom. Was it the girl that came out the trash can? Or was it? No, it wasn't Chris Tucker. Shoot them all. Boom, 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 boom. Chopper. Chopper style. Chop, chop, chopper style. Chopper style. Chop, chop, chopper style. Whatever that song is. Is that what he's saying? I don't know, but that's what I think he's saying. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What are y'all doing for Juneteenth? I don't have any plans. I want to do something. I want to do a picnic. Go to Wing Stop and get a bunch of lemon pepper wings, fry hard. What's your favorite flavor in Wingstop? Come on. Yes, the big step or not the big step. Is it big step? I don't know. What's the name of it? She didn't win, but um, lemon pepper or plain. Just some plain wings, just fried. Hmm. I like Louisiana Strange Loop. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that when they were talking about her being the new EGOT. Hot lemon pepper. So just a thing about hot lemon pepper. I think I got hot lemon pepper, and it just felt like they put some buffalo in sauce with lemon pepper sauce, and I didn't like that. Garlic palm, I tasted that. I didn't like that. Not as good as my lemon peppers. Jennifer won though. Yeah, she did. A moon. Hello. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Baby, I wanted to do next week. Wait, I don't think I'm gonna be here next week. I do want to do a live about that though. I was gonna talk about it because I was gonna do a live about it, baby. That motherfucking that gagged me, baby. The whole scenario. It that have y'all watched Keep Sweet Child? Like, have y'all watched that on um? Let me see what day I got free. Let me see what day I have free. I should be petty and do it on Father's Day. That tickled me a little too much. Is that about the Mormon? It's the Latter Day Saints. It's the Latter Day Saints, but you know they are offshoot. They're a more fundamentalist, far offshoot of the Mormon Church. Yes, it is called Keep Sweet. Y'all need to watch it, child. So okay, when do y'all want to do a live about it? It has to be before. It has to be before the 23rd because I'm going to be in New York next Friday, so I can't be Friday unless it's on the first. But then that's too far. I'll be bored with the conversation by then. Um, so between now and the 23rd, not on the 23rd. It got to be before that. Father's Day. Okay, let's Kiki Father's Day. I'll do it after. So Marsha's Plate records that Sunday um, at 6. And so if we start at 6, we probably will be done by like 8:39. So once we get done once I get done recording with them, I'll go get me something to eat and come back in the evening. All right, so that's the homework for y'all. We'll do a live on Sunday. Unless y'all gonna be we can do it Sunday morning, honey. Let's see, Sunday. Yeah, let's do it Sunday in the daytime. What time y'all gonna be ready? In the daytime. So it don't have to be late at night. Right. Sunday school. keep sweet, baby. Because the prophet says so, baby. Do you think you know better than the prophet? All right, so let's do at like let's do it like I'm gonna do 1 o'clock. Let's do 1 o'clock on Sunday. Central time. We're gonna do a live about the documentary series on Netflix called Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. It is a really, really good docu-series. So between now and Sunday, make sure you sit down and watch it if you want to join the conversation. You don't really need to because we're gonna kiki about it. But we're gonna discuss it right after everybody get out of church. Right. That's what it needs to be. So y'all, we can give them a new word. Right. 6 in the morning. Baby, can we wait a minute? Cause baby, for the first time, I feel like I'm in love. Baby, can't you wait a minute? Cause baby, for the first time, I feel like I'm in love. Yeah. Baby, can you wait a minute? The docu-series is about 3 hours in total. Definitely under the category of white foolishness. Definitely. I would love to hear them talk about, because they don't have black people in their folds, but they know black people exist. How do they explain black people within their religion? Because you know that religion has a history that's unlike Jesus, where we don't know nothing was properly recorded. Da 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 da. Because it's way back then. This was pretty modern. The Mormon church is pretty modern. Like they believe in craziness, and they go in. I don't want to say people shit is crazy, but it's crazy to me, child. Some of the shit they believe is like, oh no, but I don't know because I'm a witchy ass bitch. So anyway, believe what you want to believe, child. But honey, it's not making me fuck my uncles and my cousins. Mm-mm. But yes, the documentary is called "Keep Sweet, Pray, Obey," and it is about 3 hours. It's a couple. It's a different episodes. How many episodes is it? Like four? I can't remember how many episodes, but it's really really good. Watch it, and we'll discuss it. Baby, can I look in your eyes and I can see the love so dangerously. You're not ready to um, trust your heart to anyone. I start off really loud. You tell me you're gonna play it smart. You're through before we start. I'm not ready to kiss. I don't know the words. The dream goodbye. When it's this good, there's no saying no. I need you so. I'm ready to go to the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For just a chance to be with you, I'll gladly risk it all. To the fire, to whatever come what may. For the chance of loving you, I'll take it all away. Right down to your eyes, even through the fire. Did you watch the Dr. Series on HBO about the woman pastor in Tennessee that had a weight loss church? Not at all. No. What did I watch on? What I watched on HBO, baby? The Way Down. No. What I watched on the HBO is The James. Did y'all watch The James? Ooh. And did y'all watch the one about the YouTuber that got a religion where that she making people kill themselves? Um, Let me see. Her name is The Deep End. It's called The Deep End on Hulu. I'm sorry. It's on Hulu. It's called The Deep End. And it's basically this YouTuber that apparently is getting people to kill themselves. Yes, watch the James was real good. I was like, oh, they, excuse me, they taught me a lot about abortion, the history. I kind of know what happened now with the clinics and shit, but the history of when it wasn't, those type of people. Gwen Shamblin and her wig was terrorizing the community. Definitely got what she deserves. Got the black people to beat their sons to death. Woo! These religious fanatics be on it, baby. That's the scariest thing about being hopeful and vocal about your hope and vocal about speaking truth to power. When it bubbles up until into that violent space where motherfuckers is doing mass shooting for the sake of this shit and killing people, that's when it gets kind of scary. It's like, cause like these pride events, I'm kind of nervous, honey. These mass shootings, they caught them people, all them white boys, them proud boys. We don't know what they was gonna do. That's scary. We already had a pulse, so we had pulse. That was just some crazy, you know, working on his own. But oh, they got one about the church. They got a good one about the church. Who did it? I liked it. It wasn't. It was some messy parts, but it wasn't as messy. It was what's his name? The one that do the DNA shows. God, what Lewis Junior Lewis something? Not Murray. I'm talking about the one that do the black DNA shows. Not reality TV messy. Like he's a Yale graduate or a Harvard graduate, something like that. Something Henry Louis Gates or Yates or I don't know his name. Henry Henry Gates Jr. Something. I don't know his name, y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He the one to do Give Me My Roots and DNA and all these kind of things. Finding people's long lost families in the census and shit. He did a documentary. He did a really he get it. He got honey, he got some badass documentaries, y'all. He got some good ones. He got one about black civilization before slavery that went in depth, that really went in depth, really did good. The- Honestly, I feel like if I was a teacher, first of all, I'd be a history teacher. But what would be a part? There's two things that I definitely would include in my curriculum. There's a documentary, two documentaries I think everybody should watch. Um, that one by him, he hosted, and it's about African civilizations before slavery on the continent. Sickening fire. They go into detail. They even talk about certain circumstances that are documented about why they love to throw up even African sold slaves. There was only a specific type of person that was selling slaves that was African, and why, and the dynamic. There's some details in that. I will watch that. Not Cora J stealing babies. I heard something about that, but I didn't dig into it. When church folk be doing stuff, I don't be getting in their business because they always weird to me. Potter wants to put you back together again. Oh, the Potter wants to put you back together again. Yes, a Black Church docuseries on Prime. Yes, he does. The Black Church. PBS, darling. Yes. Okay, so the one about the black civilizations before the continent, and there is another one that's hosted by this white lady called um, The Ascend of Women. I've talked about this before, but if I was a history teacher, those would be docuseries that my students would have to watch. Like it would be part of my curriculum. I want to put you back together again. Situation. So Drake's kids be doing the absolutely most. I don't know nothing about his kids. There is no mega church leader that I trust. If you have a mega church, I feel immediately that you are a scammer. Immediately. Immediately. Because what do you need this for? Let me add the Black Church to my watch list. Yes, watch that, honey. That was good. The Black Church was good. They gave a lot of detailed history about, people coming into power and white people terrorizing, of course. A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. On my way back to my mommy, is on the way I dropped it. I dropped it, I dropped it. It's on the way I dropped it. And if I don't get it back, um, I'm not sure what I'll do. Something. He gave her platform. And the same woman calling African angels to help Trump win. Baby, that is so crazy. African angels, baby. Baby, how could you forget, baby? Let me see if I can find that clip. Just so I can make it a reaction meme. Love is speaking. Oh, the hope is gone. I know I'll never love is breaking, so I'll keep holding on. I need to listen to Dionne Warwick sing that live. I love when she sings that live because I didn't know that until recently that Dionne could like blow, like like sing. Like I knew she could, she could do a standard. I always thought she was just a standard singer. Like if we think of, well, not Sarah Vaughan. I don't know. I just thought of her, like a less dynamic. Um, Shirley Bassey, maybe is that the right word? I don't know, but her live times is when I was like, oh, you can kind of do some stuff. Oh no, Booka Booka Wanda Wanda, corny Wanda, Paula White, baby, Paula White, baby. If your name is White, I'm probably not gonna trust you. only white person with the last name White I trust is Karen White. That's as far as we can go. Oh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I was like, I looked over her, and just her impact that she literally was the first pop girl. Clock strikes upon the hour, and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase the blues away. Up to alright, up to now. The light will take that takes me home. And in the night falls, lonely heart calls. Watching old footage, I see how she was that girl during the payday. Yes, because she had the pipe. And she would, particularly live, like in the recording, she was being playing. Like I feel like she was doing just, tone it down and be a regular. In the live, she would do different acrobatics where I was like, oh, that's Whitney's. Where I'm like, oh, you had some skills. That's Whitney auntie on Dion. I think I watched that too. I think I don't watch all his videos. I think so. He does a really good job. And I didn't. I thought that his voice was a. I thought it was somebody who recorded it and altered their voice to sound like that. Until I seen a live video of him talking, I was like, oh my god, that's his real voice. I was like, oh, he really sounds like that. Yeah, it is. It's very, very sexy. Very quiet storm, late night radio disc jockey of the 90s. Oh, when I dance with somebody, I want to feel the heat with somebody. The older girls used to play down their vocals all the time just to blow everyone away in live performances. And my now it's the opposite. They will give their all on the um on the track. That's and then in the live performances, honey, they hoarse. and can't do all their runs, or don't have the vocal control or breath control to actually do what they need to do. I've been in love and lost my senses, spinning through the town. Sooner or later, the fever ends, and I wind the feeling down. I need a man who'll take the chance on a love that burns hard enough to last. And when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Mm. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat of somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. Yeah, somebody who loves me. Who else? Somebody else does a good job. Him. There is it's a couple of us. I love video essay channels sometimes, especially when they do deep dives on shit that I never thought I wanted to hear a deep dive into. Um, there's a channel called Black Femininity TV. They do deep dive histories in to like black celebrities that are not like superstar black celebrities. That's kind of like you know DC listing black celebrities that somebody might not think of doing a deep dive in their career. I like Black Femininity TV. The name's kind of weird, but it feels like it's about to be some turfy hotep shit. Black woman hotep stuff. Black Femininity TV. But the ones I seen them do, it just was they just did deep dive into mama little bit like short, mama little chicken like short bread. Did y'all remember that um when Dolly Parton and Patti LaBelle was on? Look it up. Dolly Parton and Patti LaBelle sing this song, and they were playing their nails like this. Mama little children like short, and mama little children like short bread. And Dolly starts, and then and Patty comes into the with the harmony, the soprano harmony. Mama little children like short, and mama little children like short bread. It's so cute. Every time I hear my nails clack, that's what it reminds me of. Because I have a million musical references in my brain. Ma. But she said when she was doing 9 to 5. Yeah, she did 9 to 5. That's how she did that. 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Mm-hmm. Hey, yes. But all right, y'all. I'm about to. I'm currently watching. Have y'all watched First Kill? These two lesbian. One is a vampire and one is a vampire hunter. One is from a legacy vampire family, and one is from a legacy vampire hunting, monster hunting family, and they fall in love, and their families is clashing. It's called First Kill, to a black and white girl lesbian couple with a Romeo and Juliet type of love. The CGI, is that what it's called? The effects, they're horrible, but the story is cute. I don't fool with the whites, but I like Dolly. Honey, Dolly, I live for Dolly. It's a couple of whites I live for. Dolly is definitely one that is I live. My girl, you can. I will stand for Dolly like I stand for Beyonce. Actually, no shade. Dolly is somebody you can't say nothing bad about. Patty was so young in that clip. The interracial thing made me opt out. I liked it. I liked it was good. The least problematic. What is your favorite Dolly song? And please don't say "I will always love you, child." My favorite Dolly song is I love Jolene. I love 925. I love Coat of Many Colors. But I think my favorite song because it's so dark is is The Bridge. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. The Lord. The Light of a Clear Blue Morning. Ooh, that sounds pretty. I don't think I've heard that one. I don't think so. But mine is called The Bridge. It's pretty dark. So if you want to hear a dark song, The Light of a Clear Blue Morning. That sounds like a pretty song. That song sounds like that's just a perfect title of a song. Islands, islands in the stream. That is what we are. I just know the melody. Dun, 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 dun. Reaching for the sky. Dun, 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 dun. That's I only know the melody. I don't know the real song. Dun, 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 dun. Eyes in the street. That is what we are. I don't know the rest of it. My favorite is The Bridge. The Bridge. The Bridge. The Bridge. Hey. And those memories are always on me. In other words, every time that I lay down. That's not. It's her song. She wrote it, but that song is it's when she did the trio with Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt. Those memories, and they did like a three-part harmony song that just was so fire. You still want me. Oh, and she got a song, Applejack, that I really like. I gotta see what that song feel like. The Light of a Clear Blue Morning. Let me put it in my YouTube music. The Light of a Clear Blue Morning. Dolly. Mhm. Well, all right, y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up. 28 people here, 28 thumbs up. Yay! We will talk on Sunday about Keep Sweet. Content warning. If you watch it, it does have some elements of trigger warning. it does have some elements of like rape and weirdo like molestation stuff. No, you don't see it, but some people are talking about their experiences, and it can get kind of extra. Um, I'm not sensitive to that stuff because I've never been raped. So, but if you are or have been, you might want to skip that. But it's a docu series about the what is it? The FDLS, fundamentalist Latter Day Saints, something I don't know. Those kind of like Utah far Mormon people. But all right, y'all. Thumbs up, share, whatever y'all do, and I will see y'all Sunday. Mwah.